Mikif was like, oh, you know the Trem Boys, they make music. And he's like, what? And I was like, yeah, I mean, I make music. He's like, I don't even know you guys. Like,
people forgot
I guess
who
we flew
were.
under the radar so much.
People
Like,
forgot.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Soul Serum podcast. I am your wearing all black, counting stacks in the back of my Z3 host, Clay Bonine. I am joined by my, they say move in silence because there's snakes in the garden, co-host Tanner Mavis.
Yes, sir.
And we are back on the show, back on the Soul Serum podcast, back with another interview this week. Before we introduce our guests, as always, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, follow the podcast page on Instagram especially, because whenever we do these brackets of these tournaments, I'm going to start putting the polls up on the IG stories. So I want all of you all to vote on that. Also, subscribe to us on YouTube, the TV page, as well as the main page. We have 2 music videos that just came out on the main page, Kill Bunk and Mirage. Go support John's bad sleeping habits and watch those videos, please.
Yes, sir.
And join the Discord as always.
We got. You probably shouldn't have said that, but
Yeah. Well, I'll bleep out what you just said, so nobody's gonna know what it is. But enough of that boring stuff. Today on the show, we have what I would say is one of the most exciting music duos coming out of the Cincinnati scene. They have a rabid fan base. Their song Pop Culture has over 1 million streams, and they are only just getting started. Joining us in the studio today, we have 3Rem. We have Mike and Andy with us today. Can we get a clap from the studio audience, please?
yes, sir. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
How we doing, fellas? How we doing?
Good, really good. Yeah.
I'm glad you all made the trip all the way down from Coleraine to come see us. That's a 45-minute drive. Has anybody ever told you guys you look similar to each other?
Yeah.
You guys,
get that all the time.
that's the one twin joke I have. That's the only one. That's all I have. 3Rem is a music duo out of Cincinnati. And I know you all have a lot of really early music memories, like asking your mom how to write a song, family members playing music, the studio in your all's basement. But how did the formation of like what we know as 3Rem today like actually come about?
I guess just from being like we would play soccer back in high school, and we didn't have a driver's license yet, so we get super bored in the summer, and we decided to make music one day. And we just kept working at it and getting better, and then eventually like our team started to form around us, and like we decided to take it more seriously and start 3Rem. And then like just a year of developing from like we started it 2 summers ago, and then that's when we dropped like Garden and then Hollywood Thrills. And then Pop Culture and Tongue Tie came out that winter. And then like from there we've been working on our like a lot of unreleased music right now that's about to be dropped pretty soon.
Yeah.
So I think we found our sound already. Like I know Fiki was telling about it, like talking to us. He's like, it's crazy you guys already know your sound. Like
Yeah.
I just think it's from just being locked in our basement and literally just only working on music this
Were
whole
you
time.
all making music similar like to what you're making now, like when you started in the basement, or,
God, no.
Okay.
God, no. Dude,
That's what I was hoping to hear.
Dude, no, it was
Music
horrible.
sucked.
Yeah.
What was it? Like what were you guys making?
I mean,
what were
it
you
was
trying to make? I
Really
guess?
bad, like sad music. It was just like the generic shit, like just like the like I'm so sad, like you know, it was just stupid. It was just really bad. Like you could tell it wasn't like, it just wasn't good.
Right.
We didn't know how to mix or like
No,
produce anything.
yeah.
And I think that's something that's important is you all produce, write, mix like everything, right? Like every step of the way.
Every
you
step.
all
And they do
doing
shit for other people too.
Yeah.
Like that last Jesse song, they produced and engineered that.
Right. Okay, big flex. Okay.
Yeah.
I see you. Is there like, do you all do everything just because that's like how it kind of happened for you all, or is that do you all like purposefully?
It's out of pride, honestly, because like I'm tired of like people commenting like, "Oh, this guy used that beat like way more fire song." I'm just like, dude, what? Come on.
Well, that we just like we never went to a studio because we didn't have the money for it.
Yeah, that's
right.
So
right.
we started recording all of our own stuff from the jump, and then it just transitioned into using our own production to it. We just didn't want to use YouTube beats because of that reason.
But we still will like rip YouTube beats, write a song, and then like I'll go and take the isolated vocals and remake the whole beat.
Make a whole new beat behind it.
So you're like basically sampling like free like tight beats.
Yeah,
That's fire, though.
if something inspires me that somebody made, I'd be like, this is kind of cool to write something over, but I wouldn't want to put my whole song behind it. So
True.
if it's like a guitar loop that I think is really fire, I'll just write over that. So
do you ever like recreate? Do you ever like get like little pockets of like tight beats and like recreate
No,
them on your own?
I have not. No, I recreate everything. I don't take people's type beats. And, I don't steal melodies from people's type beats and stuff.
No, it sounds completely different. You wouldn't know it's the same beat at all. It's like totally different.
You're just like using a feeling that you're getting from this beat to like ultimately reach whatever goal you're trying to reach in the song. I see.
The only thing that stays the same is the BPM and the key. That's it, right?
Well, even the BPM can change too. Sometimes.
So still keeping on like kind of the beginning here, you all went, I guess you all still go to an all-boys Catholic high school.
No, we don't.
Oh, you all don't anymore?
So
fuck yeah. I'm happy to hear that for you guys.
Thank you. It was horrible. But it's been a crazy year. So we decided to leave LaSalle, like our old high school, like sometime last winter.
Okay.
And then when quarantine hit, we went online anyways.
Right.
And we just wanted to be done with school, and we didn't need that many credits, but they wouldn't let us leave the high school like early. I just didn't want to be there. They were gonna have us like, you take 4 classes in the morning and you have a study hall the rest of the day to work on your music.
I had to battle with the vice principal over and over again, and I was
horrible.
I don't want to stay here. Like this is like a prison. Like
I guess that's different. I went to a public school, so like people like could just be like, later, I'm out of here. But you know, like I'm sure that school is very small, so it wasn't like you all could just go under the radar.
They want, and plus we were like, I mean, I was like 10th in my class. They wanted us to stay so bad.
Well, damn, I'm happy to hear that you all are out of that, because I understand that was like not a great environment for you guys.
But we switched to Coleraine our senior year, and then we took 2 college classes for like dual credit. And then like we still have our government class to finish, and then I'm done with high school finally. I have one more class.
That is amazing. That's great to hear. Well, I kind of wanted to ask you all about like, when you all are starting to create music and you're going to this Catholic high school, like you all have expressed before, the high school, it's like highly sports driven. There's like a lot of big macho energy going on in there. Do people at your all school, like, did they even know you all made music? And if they do, or if they did, like, how did they receive it?
So
some people did. But
funny story. Like we went back to LaSalle like last week to visit our old like Photoshop teacher. And, like, he was a very big fan of me and Eddie from the start. Like, he played our music in the Photoshop class while we were there. Like, right when we started 3M was when we took that class. And he was super hyped about everything.
Shout out. What's that teacher's name?
Mr. Midkiff.
Shout out
Mr.
to him.
Midkiff.
He's a beast, yeah. And, like, we came back last week and we were playing music. And then this guy named Bucket walked in. And Midkiff was...
Wait, hold on. Pause.
His name's Bucket. I don't ask why. I don't know.
Okay, all right. That's fine.
His name's Bucket. I don't know. But, like, Midkiff was like, oh, you know the Trem Boys, they make music. And he's like, what? And I was like, yeah, I mean, I make music. He's like, I don't even know you guys. I'm like,
people forgot who we
flew under the radar so much.
Yeah.
Like,
So nobody, I mean, like, so people didn't really know that you all made music all that much. Nobody really cared.
Nobody really cared.
Like, oh, that's interesting, because so you all were basically just like on some like fuck those people that like it, like there's no point in even like trying to like get out.
They didn't want to hear it, but if we showed it to them, they would just like say it's trash. Like, it was trash in the beginning, but like, they still wouldn't. It's not their style. They like to listen to, so they wouldn't want it.
What were you at, like a house party from your high school? What's the playlist looking like?
Oh my god,
dude, it's
Baby,
rap caviar. Like I asked this kid, I'm not gonna say his
Baby.
name, but he was like one of the football players, and his family's super rich, and so like he ruled that school, and like I was talking to him in English class one day, and I was like, what music do you listen to? Like, where do you find your music? And he's like, just whatever's like popping up right now, like on Rap Caviar or something. I'm just like, oh my god. He's like, I don't even like if like Uzi would drop an album, I wouldn't even listen to it. I would just wait for people to tell me what songs were good. And I was like, dude, you have like zero music taste.
That's insane. That is weird to me that like, I mean, I understand like people are maybe not as passionate about music as I would say the people in this room are, but like people who like don't even like know like albums or like artists or whatever, I'm just like so confused.
Yeah, I don't know how they're
so
robots. I don't
interesting to me.
understand how you can't live like that.
Continuing along with this, I think in kind of transitioning into the music, but I get this sense from a lot of your all's music that you feel misunderstood or kind of like a black sheep in your surroundings a lot of the times. Is the music that you all make like a way to make yourselves feel more heard or more right in your own space? Does that make sense, or am I like?
To be honest, I never thought of it that way, but it kind of makes sense. Like our family doesn't like the fact that Mike and I make music. And it's just,
really?
Yeah, they want us to go to school. I don't want to go to college. Like, I'm not going to college next year. I told them I'm taking a gap year, but it's probably going to be longer than this 1 year. So we're getting like, we're getting cut off from the family. Like, not cut off from the family, but like completely financially support is just gone starting September because we're not going to school.
Wow.
So like I have to just start fending for myself now. I don't know what's going to happen, but we'll see how it plays out, I guess.
How does that make you all feel?
Terrified.
Okay.
You'll be all right.
Terrified. You all should feel terrified, but you all, I think, are driven and passionate about what you all are doing, obviously. And I mean, I would say that you all do have success behind the music already, so like they can think what they want. But that is kind of a scary feeling.
It is.
It would be more terrifying if y'all got cut off and like you weren't making music. You were just like, oh, I'm not going to college. I'm just gonna figure it out. Like at least y'all have a direction and y'all know what you want to do. You just gotta go harder.
That affect your all's like outlook on the music or even your process of making the music, like having that feeling?
Well, there's not as much pressure as it used to be because like this year we only had like 2 classes at UC because we did dual credit, and then we had like the 1 government class through Colray. And so like the first semester of this year's school year was rough because that was our math and English class, but I already taken pre-calc and I took it again, so it was pretty easy. But like our pre-calc did not cover trig as much as the UC's pre-calc did, so I was like, dude, I'm way over my head. Like at this point, I'm using like photo math for everything. Like this is awful, and I ended up getting a B, B, and then I got an A in English, which was also rough. But my entire English like projects and everything I did in that class, I just wrote about my music. And, like,
If
somebody finds it, I gave out a bunch of free game, bro.
Was that always your all's fun fact in the like stand up and introduce yourself thing? Like,
it was all online. We had to make WordPresses, and so that was like the thing. Like I made an infographic on how to like develop as an artist and grow and like build like it was all based off discourse communities. You know what that is? Yeah. We had to like I basically compared like SoulSim to a discourse community, and that was like my exam. And then like I wrote about like what I've been doing and how like artists that I'm involved in is kind of like a discourse community, and like I don't know. It was very like rhetoric, but
free academic game, not just free game. This is some academia shit we got going on. All right. I lied about only having 1 twin thing earlier. I do just have a single twin question though, and I'm sure you all fucking get questions all the time about being twins, so I'm very sorry, but I have to ask because the twins that I work with, shout out Adam and Rowan if they're listening, but I work with these 2 twins at the restaurant, and whether they know it or not, I've just like observed their behavior. Like there's definitely some sort of unspoken like whatever twin. I don't want to say telepathy because that makes it sound like fucking phony magic, but like there is like an underlying connection there. Does that ever benefit you when you're creating music? Like like you're like, damn, I need this drum sound right here, and Mike is just like without you having to say it. Does that ever
not like
work?
That it's more about like the different takes that we'll do or like other things. Like I can just be because we're brothers, you could be a lot more like hard on the person. Like
Definitely.
it's not like you're gonna lose a friendship because it's just your brother. You have something that's
Yeah,
holding
that
you
is
together
facts.
no matter what.
That's a good
You can
point.
tell your brother the brutal, honest truth, and even
Yeah.
exaggerate it and fucking and get on them for it.
Yeah,
like, instead
yeah.
of like someone that's your friend that you might not want to hurt their feelings. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And you have 3 brothers. Or I'm
Yeah.
sorry, you have
I'm
2
the same way with
brothers.
them. Like I will fucking tell them, and sometimes
you all are
in a
hella
nasty
close
way.
in age, right?
Yeah.
You and all your brothers, and then you all are obviously the same age. See,
Yeah.
me and my brother are like 5 years apart. So I find brothers who are really close in age
Yeah.
can be like that when like I don't know how brutally harsh I can be with
but
my
it's tough
brother,
love
you know?
though. It's part of being brothers. I
Right.
think it's more of a positive thing
Yeah.
than a negative thing.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that like kind of translates in
sure,
your all's
yeah.
music too, because it did with me when I was playing like basketball with Grant and Luke growing up.
As we mentioned earlier, you all also produce, mix, write everything with your music. Do one of you all favor like the production and one of you all favor like performing or mixing?
Yeah, so
Tell me who's
I
who.
do like all the production. Eddie doesn't do anything for production. And then
Lazy.
But Andy does a lot more with vocals. Like he edits all the vocals, and then he does like the final mixes and like masters everything. But I mix like the beat pretty much fully. We only tweak like a couple things, but like once I'm done mixing the beat completely is when he goes and he mixes the vocals into it, because you can't really like mix a beat around vocals. It's hard.
Right.
It's easier to do like vocals around a beat. And,
Yeah.
So then
Do
he
you-
throws the master on it and it's done.
Do you all like? Did you just figure out that you like the production better than you, or
Well, he didn't take piano lessons when he was little.
I
He
did
Ooh.
absolutely. I have
Nothing
no
with
music knowledge
music.
at all. Other than like,
wow.
I
Yeah.
just can like hear harmonies and figure out melodies in my head for like a vocal. But like
Right.
other than that, I just know music knowledge,
Interesting.
and
That's-
I can mix. That's it too. Like
So, but like you have to like train your ear for all that, though. You don't
Yeah.
just like magically like
no,
wander
it takes a
upon
long
doing
time.
it.
Yeah, I've been mixing for like 3 years. So
Yeah. Okay. Mixing, I always found was like, even when I'm like editing the vocals for the podcast, like that shit takes such a subtle ear, and it's so delicate sometimes.
it is.
Like
Vocals are really delicate.
really delicate. You can do like you can push up a meter like 1 tick, and you're just like, oh my god, this sounds like shit all of a sudden. Like, why do I sound like this? What do you all have any tips for? I don't know, maybe a podcaster or something who's mixing
For
vocals.
A vocal chain, the fire vocal chain. If you ever want to do it, like we make jokes. We're gonna make a T-shirt like this one time, because it's just like a stupid saying. It's a EQ and DS before you compress. That was, you know what I'm talking
EQ
about.
and DS before you. I know EQing. What's DS? though?
DSing is like it's like
Taking
a
the sibilants out
Oh
of
wait,
vocal.
yes, yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay,
it's
I
like
do.
a-
Not the letters DS.
No.
The
No.
word DS. Yes, okay, I
de-essing.
do
and
know
then,
what that
and then
is,
you
yeah.
compress, because like when you compress something, it smushes everything together.
Right,
And it's
right.
really hard to EQ out frequencies after they've been compressed. So
Right.
if you EQ before you compress, you clean up the signal before you compress it all together, and you DS before you compress.
Yeah.
Because the DS is going to bring out the T's and S's again.
Right,
So
right.
You have to take them out first, because if you do it after the compressor, it sounds like you have a lisp.
That
so you gotta do
I
it before the
actually have
compressor.
experienced that exact problem before.
See, I'm
That's
telling you,
crazy.
just, like-
It's like because you stack the effects or whatever, right? So if you do them in a different order, it like
Yeah.
fucks it up differently. Okay, that's interesting.
But also do stages of compression too. Don't do all your compression with one compressor. You got to do like slightly. Like I have like 3 compressors on our vocal chain.
Really?
You have to do it in stages, or else it just sounds bad.
Now that I don't do. I definitely am a one
You're
compressor.
one compressor.
Yeah, one compressor, and I touch it up a little bit, and I'm like,
Nice.
yeah, I think
that's
this is
why.
okay.
That's because with vocals, like, with everything really, you got to do it in stages. You can't make drastic changes right away. It
Yeah.
needs to be like subtle stuff over and over again.
Damn, that's
until-
crazy, because now these podcast vocals are probably about to be the cleanest vocals
Yep.
that I've ever had on the podcast. Now that you have mentioned
Also,
that.
third-party plugins are the way to go too. If you get any of those, like Waves is really fire. A lot of their stuff
yeah,
sounds.
but
really
I'm
good
not
off
editing the
bat.
vocals like in like a DAW or DAW.
Okay, yeah.
You know,
And
I mean,
yeah.
I can. I have Adobe Audition, but like I'm not in Ableton or like
Yeah,
Pro Tools or
gotcha.
something like that using it. But I think I could probably figure it out. I bet these are going to be the cleanest podcast vocals. That's really funny. Keeping on with the music, as I was doing research for this, I went to your all Spotify, and for some reason in my mind, you all had a lot more music out, but I've counted it. You have 7 singles out. And I'm sure that there actually, now that I know that we talked before the podcast, there's a bunch of tracks floating out in some unlisted and private links. But why no full projects yet? I feel like, especially in this age of music, like people are so quick to like try and get their mixtape out or try and get their little EP out or whatever. Like
we've thought about it, doing like a EP. Definitely not doing an album until like
we want to go on tour.
Yeah,
that's
like the only time we'll do an album.
Yeah,
but with an EP, like it's just for now. To any like artist coming up, singles are the way to go by far. You can like, because if you drop an EP, you spend like months working on that project, like, and then you have one chance to promote it really, like, or else you just look like an idiot.
Yeah.
And if that flops, like 8 songs are just gone, and you can make 8 really good songs and have the whole EP flop. But you need to make, like, if you have 8 really good singles and then just drop them and have a marketing budget behind each single, you'll get a lot more listeners from it. So don't do EPs until you're huge. Like, until the biggest thing that, like, so one guy told us this, like, he said, don't drop the EP until, like, people are literally dying to have it. Like, you need to be waiting until the last minute to even start dropping an EP.
Yeah. So do you think you like, so you basically just don't, at least an element of this is like, you don't want to waste, like, you know, if you
waste
release
people's attention.
If you release 8 songs and you think it's the 8 best songs you've made, but only 3 of them like go crazy, you don't want to waste that potential.
Yeah, plus it just keeps people on the edge of their seats. Like, if you drop an album or an EP, it's just one day and it's just like, oh, now the timeline gets longer. But if you drop one single one month and a single the next month, it keeps people like, oh, he's still dropping music. Like, what is he working up to? And then you could drop an EP at the end of that, like, single spree. There's like a tiny EP that just like is repackaged.
I think it just depends on like what type of music you make and what audience you're like trying to go for. Because like I think like a lot of like rappers, like trap rappers, I think like the mixtape route is kind of a good way to go.
Yeah, definitely.
Just putting out like mixtape on, like putting out like 3 or 4 mixtapes a year is like a good way to go. Because like that's how like Future came up, Gucci Mane came up, like all these like bigger like rappers, like they were known for just the work ethic. But like I understand like with other artists that like, I don't know, I think it just depends really, and like what your audience is like primed to like receiving. And it seems like yours is just singles right now.
At some point, like, you gotta like slow your music career down. Like, you get caught up. Have you heard like how Young Thug got completely destroyed? Like, he was making albums to pay for the albums he had already made.
Yeah,
like, he
that's
was in
true
debt
too.
to his label. Like, you can't just keep ripping out these albums. You're paying for that studio time.
Yeah,
and you're not getting the numbers you need to like pay for that. Like, if you're just like constantly in there, like you're not going to be able to pay that.
That's
break.
true. I didn't think about it that way. But as far as the independent artist goes, and not like you can do what you want.
Yeah. You all could go make an EP tonight if you wanted to, right?
Yeah.
Like,
and in the streaming era, bro, like you can do like kind of like what Jack did. He released 4 singles and then put those 4 singles on an 8-song EP, and then was just 4 new songs and dropped an EP. You know what I mean? But like all the streams from the 4 singles went towards the streams for the album.
And people are already familiar with half the albums, so
Yeah.
they're probably a lot.
So it's like
exactly.
I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot of different strategies you can do nowadays. I've seen people do like, they do some singles, they drop the project, and then they drop like a single after the project that's attached to the project. Like
when people like
Trippie Redd's dropping is very weird. I don't
like dropping a deluxe album with like 20
like,
new tracks.
He's dropped
That I
TR66
do
like 4
not
times.
understand.
Has anybody caught that? Like,
what?
TR666 has been dropped like 4 times.
I don't know. I'm not the biggest Trippie Redd
It leaked
guy.
like back in like 2018, 2019.
I like Trippie Redd.
And I don't like Trippie Redd either.
I do like
Trippie Redd, I hope
bro,
you're not
I just
listening.
think like how, why? He literally dropped TR66 on his newest album, the album before that album, and then like another time.
Yeah.
And then it got leaked before that.
yeah.
I wonder if that's him or it's like the label.
Yeah.
I don't know, but dude, like,
On a slight tangent here, Trippie Redd is not the only person to do this, but it's fresh in my mind now. When he dropped the deluxe of like the last album, and like I click on it and it's like 38 songs. What the fuck is up with people dropping deluxe albums that have?
I think that's the labels, bro.
Dude, I don't.
They're trying to.
A deluxe album, I feel like, should at most have like 4 to 6 extra tracks with a
the
cool,
Love Is Rage
different
2,
album cover.
Love Is Rage 2 Deluxe had 4
Perfect.
songs, had like
Perfect.
Loaded, 20 Minutes, Skirt, and Diamonds on My Wrist.
Yes.
Like all 4 bangers.
All 4 songs bang.
Yeah.
You cannot tell me, I didn't listen to it, but you cannot tell me that every song on the Trippie Redd Deluxe bangs. I don't,
I
would
listen to
not believe that. I'm about to
Hey, it's
pull it
Uzi's
up.
fault. Uzi started this shit.
Yeah, dude, that is
The
true.
Eternal Take a Deluxe.
But the weird thing is, I think the deluxe version of Eternal Take, like that half, is better than the original one.
We're about to get Cardi Deluxe.
I know. He's a new album on the way. All right. I'm sorry. Thank you all for listening to me rant about Trippie Redd.
Shout out
Dropping
Trippie.
38 albums.
Shout out 808H2.
Shout out Trippie Redd. No beef or anything. I just like, if Trippie Redd, if you happen to hear this, I'm genuinely curious. Tell me why.
I'd love to talk to you, Trippie. Come on the pod.
Come on the pod, Trippie. Okay. Back onto this. The reason why I really ask about making a project is because, and I alluded to this in the intro here, but I think you all have like this rabid cult fan base, and you all have only been making music or releasing music really for not even 2 years, right? I mean, like 2-ish, right under 2 years, something like that. And as far as anyone making music in the area, I don't really see them with these crazy diehard fans like you all. Like every once in a while, I'll dip into your all's Discord out of curiosity, and then I realize I'm far too old to be in there. I'm like not even that old. But one time I went in there and everybody's like giving their ages, and it's like 13, 15, 16, and I'm like, yo, I don't think I should be in this Discord. But these people like really love you all and really support you all and you know have given you this great foundation for your music. Why do they love you all like that? It sounds like a weird question, but like, what is it though?
It's basically like all just the Discord. Like we didn't have the core fan base we had without the Discord. Like as soon as we made it, it was right after like the Promoting Sounds had posted Tongue Tied, and then the TikTok like blew up with pop culture, and then Kevin, our boy from Austria, hooked us up with the Discord, and then like people joined, and we just got to know everyone better. And then as soon as you get to know like your favorite artist personally, like you just it just becomes like a way better connection.
Yeah,
it's all about community nowadays, and like really feeding your fans and like connecting with your fans. Yeah, like I don't know. Like, you guys have a fan page, don't you?
Yeah, we have multiple fan pages.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying.
Cool.
Like, when you have fan pages, it's really important to like talk to them and like give them like exclusives, like let them know like what's going on.
Yeah,
because like even like the biggest like artists and rappers in the game, like they be tapped in with their fan pages and like their community, and that's what like today's like era of music is like really all about. When you want to create like moments for real.
Yeah. Do you all, I mean, how cool is it? Like, how special is it to be able to talk to your fans like that for you guys?
Cool. It's pretty cool, knowing that people like actually listen to our music.
And it's feedback, like 50 people waiting to give feedback like right away on a song we haven't dropped. You just post on the Discord.
Usually what we'll do is join the VC and just like stream a song we just made or something like that. Just check it out.
That's fire. That's what I love about Discord. It's like you can not only like talk to your fans, text your fans, but you can actually like get on a fucking call with them and talk to like 20 of them at a time, you know, and actually have a conversation.
If you're an up and coming artist, you have to have a Discord because like you're blowing up on the internet. There's nowhere everyone can meet and talk. Besides Discord, nobody's gonna build a community unless you have that.
Yeah.
That is the true beauty of Discord, is that it takes all the like pockets of like where people are consuming, and it's just like
all in one place.
It just puts it all right here. And then, you know, like we were saying, the video chat, you can hop on calls, you can do everything, pictures, videos.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool.
It's not even about the music most of the time in Discord. You're just like really just getting to know each other. Like you really get to learn like the artists and like your fans like personalities and like I don't know. It's super dope.
Yeah. I think this is kind of my last pre-written question here, but I think you all, it's also along the lines with the music, but I think you all have this very full, matured sound, like especially for being as young as you all are. Like, let me scroll up here. In Teenage Romance, like the melody first off is, oh, I'm sorry, no, that's the wrong note. In Midnight Motel, this is what I was really struck by when I was listening to it earlier. The production in it, and especially that like bridge right before the last chorus, is like a really mature, like sophisticated, thought out choice in the production. Like I really love like the mood that you create with that. And I think going through your all's discography, you see the like quality trending upwards. It's only gotten better.
For sure.
So the progression is there. I say all of that to say this. The progression is there, but where do you all see your sound going from here?
I think like we take the biggest inspiration from people like John Bellion, who like are literally in studios with like massive sessions of like orchestra. I mean, we probably won't have an orchestra in our songs, but like just
You might.
perhaps maybe someday, but one day. But like just keep like recording things like live, like just get better at like just using weird shit to make good music. And like I don't know, man, that's what
You want to get in like one of the like old LA studios that has like half a wall of just like crazy racks and
just
machines.
synth, just walls of synths.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Do you all want to incorporate more like live instrumentation into your
Totally,
music?
yeah. When we ever do a show, it's
least-
gonna be all live. At least like we'll have some backing tracks,
Right.
but there's always gonna be like Mike ripping the guitar. Maybe I'll play a lead synth for something. I don't really know how to play music, but if you tell me what to play on like a lead synth, I'll just shred the lead synth for you.
No, dude, the people who do vocals and all they have to do is hit like the chord on the synth have the best job in the band, dude. I love that shit.
Crazy.
But your all's music actually would lend itself pretty well to being played live too.
For sure.
Totally.
Have you all performed? Have you all played
Not
a show?
not for 3RAM. Like it's just gonna be a lot of preparation when we do a show. I gotta figure out who's gonna be in our band for the first. Like I don't know who's gonna be in the band.
We need some
I gotta
musicians,
find
some
people.
local musicians.
I
if you're interested.
I know a couple of local
right,
musicians
all right.
actually. Ian, if you're listening, no, that's it. That's my homie who gave us the mic today. Yeah, that's really cool though. So, well, Dave, that leads me to another question. What do you all want your live show to be? What do you all want it to look like?
At least like those LED screens behind, like something that like represents our brand and like just like a cool visualizer, because that like brings a whole different like element to the performance. Like if you go like the Thompson House, then do they even have a screen there?
You gotta
But it just looks boring. Like if there's no lights at a show, it's like a really boring show. Like my dad's band is very like driven on their production of the performance.
Yeah.
And like I feel like we should have something similar to that, except like more modern. They have like the old smoke machines and like the laser lights.
No, that's
So stupid.
that's that's really funny. No, but people do go. I mean, like people can listen to music at home, right? But
Yeah.
like for the live show, you have to have the.
You gotta
like,
step it up. It's
entire
gotta be
production.
crazy. You gotta blow their mind.
Yeah. You know what? People always tell me. I think this is really funny. When people see Tame Impala live, I've heard this twice from two different people. They're like, it's the exact same music as you hear on the album, but the actual stage production is fucking crazy though, and it like makes it worth it for
Do
people.
they play all
you
the
know?
songs live?
Yeah, because like Kevin Parker like makes all the songs, but when they perform it live, I think he plays with his old band.
Yeah.
But like people always tell me it's like the same music, but the lights just go crazy.
Our
It's,
vocal
you know?
chain for our live performance is gonna be nuts.
It's gonna be pretty-
We're not gonna have like anything that's not gonna be. Everything's gonna have something attached to it. Like
Yeah.
we're gonna have a crazy mixer or something. We got to figure all that out because we've never dabbled in like the live performance aspect.
That's a whole
Different
other
ballgame,
element
yeah.
that you all haven't even like tapped into yet.
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy.
It'll be coming soon.
Speaking of coming soon, I heard. Do you like that segue?
That
You
was
like that?
nice.
You like that right
That
there?
was nice.
We have been given a how do I want to bring this in?
An exclusive.
This is a motherfucking Soul Serum podcast exclusive. Bitch. I'm gonna drop some funk flex bombs on that. No, but you guys want to play. Well, we're only gonna play. The listeners are only gonna hear like 20 seconds of this, but us in this room are gonna hear all of it. But am I allowed to say the name of the song?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah,
Okay.
go for it.
We are going to listen to a little bit of "Hit the Brakes" by 3Rem, coming out
April 2nd.
right.
Rip Loaf, R.I.P. Loaf, my boy.
All right, let's give it a listen real quick.
Single day I've been running from myself, but I hide behind my face. All this pressure holds me down, and I can't stop it. Seem to figure out how I got here, but it's all your fault,
Baby.
Damn. Wow, that was really fun. I didn't know what to expect or what we were getting into, but I really, really enjoyed that.
Thank you.
Do you all want to like kind of move into this sort of hyper poppy realm?
Not really, but it's just like a lot of unreleased music sounds kind of like the same, but all has different vibes to it. Like this one's definitely more hyper pop than all the other ones.
Yeah,
but
yeah. I mean, I don't think this isn't like totally into the like, for lack of a better term, like 100 Gex realm, where it's like really glitchy and really crazy, but like that production style, that 808 hitting is like kind of in that hyper pop realm. But it's interesting. What I was thinking about when we were listening to it just now is it sounds like, and I don't know how you all feel about this, but like it sounds like a bedroom anthem to me a little bit, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like
I got vibes of the video. Have you ever seen do you know who Fatsy is?
Yeah.
Okay, you know this video Old Me with Fatsy and like all the guys that he's friends with. It's kind of like one of those run and gun videos where it's just
93.
like, yeah, with 93 and Shinigami.
I'm gonna play it on mute. I'm just gonna. Well, nah, fuck that.
This is like a legendary song.
Is that a pole arm? Yeah, it's a pole arm. Jackie Floyd.
Hot Topic vibes.
Yeah. That's hard.
Do you know any of those guys, Clay?
What?
Do you know any of those guys?
Do I?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I do.
No idea.
I don't really listen to them, but like I know who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I know the scene.
To touch back on like the hyper pop stuff, like I didn't want that Hit the Brake song to be like so hyper pop to where like when you pitch up the vocals you lose like the cadence and like not the cadence but like you lose like the timbre or whatever
It starts
you call
to become like automated.
Everybody sounds the same when you're hyper pop. Like,
Yes,
it
yeah.
loses its like uniqueness to it because of like the artifacts that whatever like you're using to pitch it up does to it. Like it just doesn't sound like you anymore. It sounds like hyper pop.
You all, yeah, I think that's actually, I like that you said that because I think that song, like, I don't mean to use the term hyper pop. Like, it's
just
I
the
need to
best
find
way
a
to
better word. I need
familiarize
to
it.
find a better adjective.
Say like
for
anti pop
it.
or indie. Like
Yeah,
that's really what it is. 'Cause it's not
anti-pop.
hip hop. It's not rap. We're not-
Anti-pop is kind of more the vibe, I think, right? Like kind of like, would you consider like Gene Dawson's like anti-pop,
totally.
right? But I think it's a good blend of that style with your all's style that we're already familiar with too. Because I think you all, one of the things that makes your all's style so like unique to me is like the vocal cadence. Like I think that's really good that you are aware of that and you know that you don't want to take out his voice like that. Like because I think that is
Your vocal cadence is what makes you all stand out.
I think
for
so.
real.
I think so.
I mean, like you all are gonna keep experimenting as far as like the sounds and shit go. What makes it complement your vocals, but I don't know. I feel like your vocals like don't sound like. I can't think of anybody that they sound like you guys sound like.
Yeah.
I think some of the sounds and instrumentation. Now that I've listened to that again, it kind of reminds me of like what Breakins is kind of doing in a way.
I guess. Like it's just those. I feel like it's just like the blown out bass and the tonal snare.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
Again, that's the first thing I can familiarize with because I actually listen to Breakins a lot. I really like what he's doing.
What What other sounds are you guys experimenting with in some unreleased music?
We got like a little bit EDM. Like we're working on the song we've been working on for like a year now called All For You or something. Like, but I just pulled up the project last night because we want to get working on it again, and there's probably like 6 different beats I made to this song. I was like, dude, how am I gonna? And it's all on my laptop too because I have a PC now and I can work only on my PC.
Yeah.
And then I just went on my laptop and like dug through old FOPs and found like the stems that I liked personally from like the different beats and just threw them all into one master beat, and like I've been working on that.
God. How do you? Is that common for you all to work on a song for that long?
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
No, you all are those types of
It
artists.
takes forever to make a song. Well, Hit the Brakes was made in like a week.
2 weeks, 3 weeks. But sometimes like
So that's abnormal.
like Midnight
for you
Motel
guys.
took a year to make.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like, it's not gonna take that long anymore. It's literally just like learning. Like all we do is
Right.
learn
Yeah.
and learn and learn. And once we get
Yeah.
to like a point where it comes naturally and like we finish a song like Hit the Brakes like in 3 weeks, then that's what we want. But we've just been learning this whole time. Nobody's holding our hand through this process. We have to like do everything ourselves.
Do you all consider yourselves perfectionists?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
I think your music comes off that way too, like compared to like other artists that I'm listening to, especially locally. Like, like when if you guys send me music and I hear it, and there's so many different versions of it. And by the time it finally comes out, it sounds totally different from what it was when you first sent me it. And I'm just like, wow, that just sounds like damn near perfect.
That is one thing that's like so cool about like music in the age of the internet is that like people like you all can take a year to like make a song and like that's fine. And then people can go hear a beat, record, like freestyle the verse, and like have
Drop it.
mix and mastered in like 15 minutes and just like fucking drop it or
upload to
whatever.
SoundCloud.
Like, I think that's so cool. Would you all ever do anything like that? Would you all ever just like drop some, just kind of like?
We
whatever?
did.
No way,
We did.
no.
The Fashion Punks.
Oh well, that was just like a whole different like persona. It was,
So
like,
we
something
had this
did for fun.
alternative band over the summer in like quarantine. We called ourselves the Fashion Punks, and we like dropped.
Tight.
It was all freestyles, and like I made all the beats for them, and they weren't very good. But
They're
like
just
some of
funny.
the,
They're just
they're very
funny,
unique
guys.
songs. Like
John
we have
knows
like
about
way back
Fashion
freestyle, PP racks. We have fuck the
Iceberg
Queen,
Carrots.
Iceberg Carrots. We got some good songs, bro. Like
Bro, I want to make a Soul Serum like unreleased mixtape, like
Bro,
like
we
something.
literally do.
Because John,
Bro.
I know John has got the hits. Apparently
gotta
y'all
hear
got
the
the
hits.
hits. I got quarantine hits under my
Yeah.
belt, bro. Like,
Yeah.
but I don't ever want to put it out.
Hear
though.
me
I don't
out,
want to
hear
put
me
it
out,
on
hear me
YouTube,
out.
SoundCloud.
You gotta put it
nothing,
on
like-
SoundCloud under like all of our like
Yeah.
aliases.
So,
513.
It's like if I know you and I like you, I'll hit you with the Dropbox file. But like other than that, you probably never.
I say we drop the whole tape and do a show at the Mad Frog.
Yeah.
You don't want to do it at the Mockbee. You want to do it
Nah,
at the
Mad
Mad
Frog.
Frog?
Mad Frog. It's gotta be
at
at the
the
Frog.
Mad Frog.
Do you all want your first performance to be at the Mockbee?
The Mockbee?
The
I don't
Mockbee
know
would-
where. I have no idea where the first performance would ever be. I don't have any like.
I feel like you all belong at like, I don't know, Madison Live.
Madison
I
Live
don't
is
know what
fucking
that is.
sick, dude. I
Yeah.
like
It's
Madison.
like a
Live.
400 cap room. Like it's like not a huge stage. It's a little
intimate.
bit. Of a, it's a
an
smaller,
space.
intimate stage. Enough room to have a band up there.
Yeah, I
And
think
cool, really cool lighting.
Madison
Small,
Live is
packed
fire.
in,
Cool.
screaming 3 gram lyrics.
Go to the concert. Me
Yeah.
and Tanner are the oldest people there.
I have my eye on that venue for like the first Soul Serum show back. So
That would be cool. I feel like these new songs are gonna have a lot of more older appeal than our old songs.
Yeah, they sound more
Yeah.
mature
Yeah.
for sure.
Music has matured like every year. It just gets more and more like mature and more higher quality and just I don't know.
Damn, that's really exciting because you all are really early on in your
real.
development in your all's career too.
I tell them all the time they're so lucky to be like that young, but like know exactly what the fuck they
Yeah.
want to do with their life. I did not know I wanted to do Soul Serum until I was 23 and I was a junior, about to be a senior in college.
Yeah,
And I just completely did a 360 with my life. Happy I did, but it's
Yeah.
like I wish I was 17, 18 years old and had these ideas and just this passion
Yeah.
for something, you know.
And I don't mean to like keep bringing up like the age difference, like because I was the young kid hanging out with older people
I think
like
it's
for a
I
long
think it's
time. So
important,
like
though.
I get it. It's just like, and I think you all probably know this, but it's like it's important to hear it from like people who are older than you who've like already lived life. So
Yeah.
that's like to bring it like all the way back, like when you all like get financially independent from your family, like that is scary as fuck. You all should be scared, like, but you all are driven and passionate, and I think
You'll
you
figure it
all
out, man.
have the ability to figure it out.
One thing I've learned, bro, it always fucking works out. Like one way or another,
Some fucking how.
it works out somehow. You're alive. You're standing here. You're gonna be alive. Just
Yeah,
worry about your good health. Keep working.
it's wholesome.
You'll be okay. Everybody, you'll be fine.
You'll be okay. Serum t-shirt by Tanner.
You'll
maybe.
be okay.
Take it easy.
Well, is there anything that we haven't touched on or talked about that you guys want to speak on, or
You got anything?
you can say no if you want? I'm just curious.
Well, we got big things ahead though.
Yeah.
We got like a lot of
Big
a
things.
lot of drops planned. Well, not like planned, but like we want to start dropping at least a song every month because Jesse just got his first deal from Hopeless, and
Shout
he
out
didn't
Jesse.
sign it though. But we're hoping like we start getting deals coming in, and like that would be a blessing if we got in September. Like if we just get like a 1-year deal for like a good amount of money that could like last us that long, like one EP. Dude, I might as well take it because like we need the money. Like we're gonna get kicked out.
Yeah.
Well, fuck, man. I hope if any A&Rs are listening, come holler at us.
We don't need A&Rs. We just need record labels. We already got like the A&R stuff on like.
If any
Eric's
record
doing-
labels
yeah.
are
Record
listening.
labels.
Oh yeah, shout out Eric too.
Eric's got our
Shout out
back.
Eric, the homie. Well, with all of that being said, I want to remind everybody, as always, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, the Soul Serum main page, the Soul Serum podcast page on Instagram. Subscribe to us on YouTube. You know the vibes. I got the graphics up in front of me right now.
Yeah.
Join the Discord. Go stream any of the 3REM songs. Go watch all the Soul Serum videos. And with all of that being said, I, as always, am your host, Clay Bonine.
Co-host Tanner Mavis.
3REM.
Damn, synchronized. Really good twin content right there, you guys. All right, thanks, y'all. Appreciate it. Deuces.